And I want to go through the prosecution's catfish theory in this case. We've heard that word a lot through the course of this trial. And it really begins with Brendan Banfield and Christine Banfield. This is a couple, and they are married. And my guess is that Christine believes that they are happily married. Christine, and there they are, the happy couple. Banfield, they then hire Juliana Magalese as their au pair. And when they bring her into the household, within a few months, she starts having an affair with the husband, the father, Brendan Banfield. Then, Brendan and Juliana, again, this is the prosecution theory, make a plan to get rid of Christine. They use Christine's laptop and phone and create a fake email address and a fake FetLife account under the name Anastasia. They contact different men on the website looking for someone to engage in a rape fantasy scenario. They eventually connect with a man named Joseph Ryan and arrange for him to sneak into Christine's room while she's asleep to engage in knife play. That's when Brendan comes in, finds his wife allegedly, being stabbed. That's what they believe the cover story would be. He shoots Joseph Ryan, then stabs his wife, and then makes it look like the intruder is the one who killed Christine. Now, before Joseph Ryan went to the house, there was an exchange of a bunch of messages back and forth, extensive, and a 40-minute phone conversation with the au pair. So, all this catfishing, I wanted to get to the bottom of this. How does this happen? There's only one person in the world that you want to speak to, and I want to bring him in. Special guest joining us, deception and catfish expert Nev Schulman is with us. Of course, you know him for years and years and years for the great work he did on MTV. Nev, great to see you. What's your reaction here, right? Because someone under these circumstances, right? So you're on this fetish website, so everybody's looking for a different kind of love, right? And he's able to be convinced that someone is trying to hook up with him who really isn't her. Are there flags that go up? Are you surprised that they were able to pull this off, if you believe the prosecution?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. If we are to believe the prosecution in this case, I would say it is very believable that any individual, whether they're on a fetish website or just Facebook, when approached with a scenario that appeals to them, in this case, a beautiful young woman saying that she'd like to engage in a sexual, fetish act, would very quickly, in most cases, buy into it. And I've personally dealt with so many situations where intelligent, young people have for months, and in some cases even years, been convincingly deceived by people of the opposite sex pretending to be, love interests. So it's very possible that this story played out the way that the prosecution says it did. What surprises me, though, is that, the details of it are pretty elaborate. I mean, for Brendan to have that much access and time on his wife's phone, to set up the accounts, to log in, to create the profile, to interact and message with people, I mean, that requires, I would imagine, a lot of back and forth, which to me seems, not impossible, but to be sneaking on and off your wife's phone like that, as a married man, is not something that I would dare do. So I don't know. That part gets me a little hung up.
Well, apparently he was engaging in the affair with the au pair in the house while Christine was there also. So that might make it a little bit more believable that somehow, some way, there were moments where they could kind of sneak away. But again, you have to get into her device to do it as well. Let me ask you about the phone call, because, it's 2023. We all have access to video calling. This was an audio call only.
Sure.
Because he had a picture of Christine, but he's allegedly speaking with the au pair, who not only doesn't look like Christine, but also has an accent because she's from Brazil, speaks Portuguese as her native language. What are your thoughts about that part of what happened here?
Yeah, I mean, again, if I'm an expert on anything, it's that when someone wants to be convinced of something or wants to believe that something is true, it's amazing what they're willing to overlook, whether it's just the complete absence of details or wildly obvious red flags. So if this gentleman from the fetish website was excited about meeting with Christine and had made his mind up that this was something that he was going to go through with, I doubt very much there was a lot that could happen for him to feel unsafe or even really reconsider going and seeing for himself. I think, a lot of guys feel as though, what's the worst that could happen? That, I'll figure it out. If it doesn't work out, okay, whatever. I've burned an hour or two and a couple gallons of gas, no big deal. Obviously, I don't think he ever thought he would end up dead.
No, this is, I mean, I've been here at Court TV for many, many years. This is one of the most twisted, elaborate, alleged plots that we've seen. And it involves so many different layers and levels of deception taking place all at once. I have time for one final question with you, Nev. And again, we appreciate you coming on here. It's 2023, right? And I mentioned the video aspect of communications that happen these days. My question takes us even further away from this case, but just in general, is catfishing still taking place today, and are people still falling victim?
Absolutely. My concern is that catfishing is actually getting easier and far more pervasive. Now it's easy for anyone to access technology with their phone via AI to not only create an entirely fake person, which becomes untraceable. You can't reverse image search. There's no way to really identify that this person is or isn't real. But even more so now, you can actively have a live conversation where it turns you and your voice and your face and responses into that of the person you've created. So, I'm very actively looking for ways to get back out into the world and continue helping people avoid the many red flags and pitfalls of digital online relationships, because there are more now than ever before.
Yeah, it's getting scary. And all that's going to impact our system of justice as well. You mentioned AI, like what's real, what's fake. The lines are so blurred. Nev Schulman, great to have you on the program, the man who actually coined the phrase catfishing. We appreciate it. Have a great night.